Dear mariners, welcome to my channel The Sailing Beast. Please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for updates on upcoming videos. Part 5 of the Merchant Shipping Act, 1958 and Registration of Ships Rules, 1960 as amended from time to time, are concerned with the registration of Indian ships. 1. Status of Indian ships. The conferment of status of Indian ships is restricted to 1. Ships owned by a citizen of India. 2. Ships owned by a company or body established by or under any central or state act which has its principal place of business in India. 3. Ships owned by a cooperative society which is registered or deemed to be registered under the Cooperative Society Act, 1912, or any other law relating to cooperative societies for the time being in force in any state. 2. Qualification required for registration as Indian ships. Seagoing ships fitted with mechanical means of propulsion of 15 tons net and above howsoever employed, and those of less than 15 tons net employed otherwise than solely on the coasts of India qualify for registration under Part 5 of the Merchant Shipping Act, 1958. Ships so registerable are required to be registered only at ports designated as ports of registry. In their capacity as registrar of ships, the principal officers and concerned surveyors in charge are required to maintain a complete record of ships on register indicating as on a particular date the person/persons, either in their individual capacity or as joint owners or as a corporate body, who have a stake in the ownership of ships. Not more than 10 individuals are entitled to be registered as a owner of a fractional part of a share in a ship, but a maximum of 5 persons could be registered as joint owners of a ship or of any share and shares therein. Joint owners by reason of the position as such cannot, however, dispose of in severalty any share or interest therein. Formalities to be observed for registration as Indian ship. The owner of a ship wishing to have it registered at a port in India has to submit to the concerned register a declaration of ownership, in one or the other prescribed forms, as may be applicable, depending upon whether he is a sole proprietor, joint owner or a company, made before a registrar, justice of the peace or an Indian consular officer. B. A certificate signed by the builder's certificate, of the ship containing a true account of the proper denomination and of the tonnage of the ship as estimated by him and the time, when and the place where the ship was built, for new ship. C. The instrument of sale under which the property of the ship was transferred to the applicant who requires it to be registered in his name, for second-hand ships. D. To give a minimum of 14 days notice to the registrar of the name proposed for the ship. The registrar before registering the vessel in the name of the applicant shall obtain prior approval of the name from the Director General of Shipping, who will also allot an official number for the ship. On being satisfied that the ship, on the strength of the evidence placed before him, is entitled to be Indian ship, the registrar arranges for survey of the ship by a surveyor for the determination of her tonnage in accordance with the Merchant Shipping Tonnage Measurement Rules, 1987 as amended from time to time, for the purpose of issue of a certificate of survey. After the formalities enumerated above have been gone through, the registrar issues a carving and marking note. This note is to be returned to the registrar after carving and marking have been duly carried out on the ship in the prescribed manner and certified by a surveyor. The carving and marking involves the carving of the name of the ship conspicuously on each side of her bows, as well as insertion permanently on her stern the name of the intended port of registry. On completion of the preliminaries to registry as described in the preceding paras, the registrar enters the particulars of the ship such as a. Name of the ship and the port to which she belongs. b. Details contained in the surveyor's certificate. c. Particulars respecting her origin as revealed in the declaration of ownership. d. The name and description of her registered owner and, if there are more owners than one, the number of shares owned by each of them, and e. Name of the master, in the registry book. The registrar issues thereafter to the owners a certificate of registry retaining the surveyor's certificate, builder's certificate, instrument of sale by which the ship was sold, and the declaration of ownership.